So with the release of the Nintendo Switch 2, that also means the release of brand new games from our favorite Nintendo IP like Mario, Zelda, Metroid, the list goes on. But that also means there's potential for Nintendo to do something special with all the IP that they own. They have a ton, and one thing they really like to do for certain IP, not all, but the big ones, is celebrate anniversaries. We got a couple really good ones on the Switch, but I think for the Switch 2 and how long we might be seeing this console last, we're probably gonna get some really great anniversary stuff this time around. So today we're gonna talk about which anniversaries we're going to see for which franchises, what year those will be coming, and also some of the ones you probably just wanna pump the brakes on. Don't get too excited. What's up, guys? Welcome back, or welcome in for the first time. Do me a favor, jump down to the description of this video. There's links down there to the podcast channel, to the Discord. Do all that stuff, but really quickly, before we start, I do need to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, the ELO Vagabond Gaming Controller. This thing literally has it all. Not only does it have Hall effect sticks and clicky buttons, it works with iOS and Android, and it goes wide enough to where you can put an iPad mini in there. It's super comfortable, very easy to use. So if you're someone who was thinking about picking up a PlayStation Portal, but you also want to be able to play your Xbox Cloud games, this is the way to do both. Fits just about any phone you've got, and it's got programmable buttons on the back. So as long as you have a smartphone, this is all you need to game anywhere you want. I'm gonna have a link down in the description and in the pinned comment of this video where you can check this thing out, where you can pick it up. I highly recommend this thing. Make sure you click that link down there right after you're done watching this video. All right, so we're gonna start this video with the ones that could happen this year. We know the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out in 2025. We don't know exactly when, but we do have some anniversaries coming up in 2025. I think the easiest one, the safest bet, probably the most obvious, we'll start with that, is Mario. They've celebrated almost every single anniversary that you can celebrate. They did the 30th, they did the 35th. 35th was that kind of weird year where there was a lot of stuff going on, so we didn't really think they were gonna do too much, but we did get a lot. We got the Game & Watch, we got the 3D All-Stars Collection, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, we got Mario Kart Home Circuit, which was actually really fun. That was a pretty good one. Not a lot of people picked that up, but that was really fun. It's a cool idea. I have a feeling we're probably gonna get the same thing around the same time this year, later in the year. I believe that was their September Direct in 2020. I believe that's what they did. They did a Mario 35th anniversary. I would imagine we're probably gonna get the same thing this year. Maybe a special edition Switch 2. That would kind of line up, you know, and they're not gonna be in the position that they were in 2020 this time around. So I do think we'll probably see a little bit more, if not something around the same. So expect games. I think Mario Kart is probably gonna be involved in that. The new 3D Mario, which hopefully for me, I really want that to be based off of Bowser's Fury, because that was really awesome. I'd love to see a full game made out of that, but I say that's probably the easiest one on the list. All right, another one this year, which I think is probably another easy one. They did a 30th anniversary collection. It's Fire Emblem. Now, Fire Emblem's not a game that I am, you know, that's not a franchise I'm really into. I know a lot of people are. If you are, that's great. I love that for you. Enjoy Fire Emblem. It's just not my kind of game. They put tons of Fire Emblem games out there. They put tons of Fire Emblem things out all the time. So this is another one. I'm not gonna go too far into detail about it. Not something I know a whole lot about, but I do think we will see something to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Fire Emblem. All right, another game kind of in that same general area of I don't really play a lot of it. I've tried it, not really my thing, but this is a newer franchise for Nintendo, and it's one that's caught on and has a huge fan base. I'm talking about Xenoblade. Their 15th anniversary is in 2025. Now, we are getting a game soon, depending on when you're watching this, that game might be out. Xenoblade Chronicles X is coming to the Switch, so that's basically the only one of the games that wasn't on the Switch, so now every single one of those games is available in some way, shape, or form on the Switch systems, and we know the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, so all those games are gonna be on the Switch 2. I think this is probably the time. I don't think they've done anything for Xenoblade up until now, but I mean, a 15th anniversary, that sounds like one of those ones where you can start to celebrate the franchise a little bit more than you have in the past. It seems like this is probably the time, especially seeing how quick they put all these games on the Switch to make sure they go to the Switch 2. I feel like that's not for nothing. They're doing that for a reason. It's because people like these games, people want to play these games. A 15th anniversary celebration, maybe not huge, but something. I feel that's something that probably could happen too. There's one more in 2025 I want to talk about, and we have not seen an anniversary anything for this because we are just now coming up on the 10th anniversary of this game. Again, this is a newer franchise. I'm talking about Splatoon. The 10th anniversary for Splatoon is this year. Now, this is a game that Nintendo obviously thinks very highly of. It's got a huge fan base. There are competitions and tournaments all over the place all the time with Splatoon 3 right now. They did the same thing with 2. They did the same thing with the first Splatoon. They've put 2 Splatoon games out on the Switch. This is one of their big franchises now. It's very hard to catch on with new franchises these days. And Nintendo has managed to do it with Splatoon. I think a 10th anniversary, something, maybe that's something we'll see at this Direct coming up. If you know, you're watching this before that, we'll see. Maybe that's something they talk about as the 10th anniversary of Splatoon. Maybe they do something this year with that. We're in that area where we could probably see Splatoon 4. Maybe not released this year, maybe just a teaser or something. I'm not 100% sure what they're gonna do, but I feel like that is an anniversary that could definitely be celebrated. So 2025 is packed with anniversaries. So moving to 2026, there's a huge one I'm gonna get out of the way right now. And I don't want to say that this one's definitely happening because I've done that. I've done that several times in several videos, and we didn't really get anything. The only thing I was right about with any of that was we talked about the Game & Watch, and we did talk about Skyward Sword, but we kind of figured that was gonna happen, but I'm talking about Zelda. We did not get a 35th anniversary Zelda celebration, really, the way we did for Mario. I was really expecting that, but again, this was 2021, right after 2020, and we all know what happened then. So I feel like that had something to do with it, but we still got a Game & Watch. We still got Skyward Sword. We still got Skyward Sword Joy-Con, so they didn't leave us high and dry completely, but I would have loved to seen a whole lot more. And I think the 40th anniversary is hopefully where we see them actually do some more of that stuff. Next year would be a good time to maybe give us an idea of what the next full-length Zelda game is gonna look like. Maybe give us a remake or a remaster of an older game. Maybe show us something about that movie. 2026 does seem like a very good time for all of those things to happen. Anything else extra they want to give us as far as Zelda stuff goes, I'm in. You know, whatever you want to do, Nintendo, put as much of that stuff out as you want. I'd love to see them actually, you know, really do what they did, because they did some stuff for the 30th anniversary. They had orchestra stuff. Maybe that was the 25th. I can't remember, but they've done it in the past, so it does show that they do see Zelda as a franchise to celebrate in that way. And that was before Breath of the Wild did what it did and Tears of the Kingdom and put Zelda where it is right now. It's always been my favorite franchise, but it's a lot more people's favorite franchise now than it was back then. I think we're gonna get a little bit of a redemption for Zelda. 2026, Zelda 40th anniversary. I've got my fingers crossed. We'll see. I've got 2 more I want to talk about in 2026. Metroid, not Metroid Prime. We're getting Metroid Prime this year, supposedly. I feel like they might give us something for Metroid, maybe. I don't think they're gonna make a huge deal out of this one. They didn't the last time. On the 35th, we did get a Metroid Dread trailer. I think they may have acknowledged that it was the anniversary. We also got the Metroid Report, which was basically a timeline of everything that had happened up to the beginning of Metroid Dread, so people who were gonna play the game could know what was going on. Obviously, the install base on the Switch was huge. Lots more people were trying to play Metroid Dread that hadn't played the old ones, so that was cool. That's kind of what they did for the 35th. The 40th is coming up. I don't know if we're gonna see a ton. They may give us an idea of what we're gonna see for the next 2D Metroid. That would be cool, because I think by that time, obviously Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be out, and there is going to be a little bit more buzz about Metroid. You know, after Dread, after the success of Metroid Prime Remastered and how great that looked, I think Metroid Prime 4 is going to be a pretty big success for them. Hopefully they get 2 and 3 on the system as well. That would be fantastic, and then just have everything. Who knows? Maybe we'll see that soon, or maybe we'll see that in a Direct, you know, going forward, but we do need those other 2. But Metroid, I don't know, that one's kind of up in the air. I hope they do something. Another one in 2026 is Donkey Kong, and it's gonna be 45. If you go from the original Donkey Kong game Donkey Kong will be 45 years old. They have done Donkey Kong dirty. They don't really celebrate Donkey Kong's anniversary at all. We just had one pass not too long ago. Even the Donkey Kong Country series just kind of came, went. We haven't had a new Donkey Kong game since Tropical Freeze, which came out on the Wii U, re-released on the Switch, but they are doing Donkey Kong just a little dirty. I mean, I would like to see them at least show something. 45th anniversary, that's a big one. I mean, if you really want to wait till 50, I guess so. I mean, they are trying to hype him up. It sounds like they're going to give him his own movie. You know, Seth Rogen as the Donkey Kong character from the Mario movie. So that would be cool, but you know, that'd be nice to see on the 45th anniversary. But then again, with the the Zelda movie coming, I guess they're probably not going to go that direction yet. And they've already talked about Mario 2, so who knows? We might be waiting till the 50th anniversary for poor Donkey Kong. I feel bad for him, but yeah, Nintendo's gotta do something about that. They're definitely leaving Donkey Kong in the dust. All right, the last one for 2026 is a very interesting one just because of what happened to this franchise on the Switch. And these dates, I don't know about this one particularly. Now, the first Animal Crossing game came out. As of next year, the first game will have come out 25 years ago. Now, these dates might be a little off depending on which game or what country you want to talk about where the game came out. I don't know how they're going to do that, but next year is technically the 25th anniversary of Animal Crossing. Now, this is a franchise that a lot of people do like. A lot of people have liked it in the past. There are several games spanning across the GameCube, all the way up to the Switch. All the handhelds had Animal Crossing games. Some very good, some not so great. Wii U, I'm looking at you. But with Animal Crossing New Horizons, Animal Crossing went to another level. I mean, it still had its core fans, obviously, but I was not an Animal Crossing fan. I know a lot of people who were not Animal Crossing fans at all, but who are now really looking forward to the next game because I loved New Horizons, and I've seen so much criticism, not crazy criticism, but a lot from people who really know the older games better than I would know them, saying that they left a lot on the table when it comes to what they could have done with New Horizons. So I am really looking forward to the next one, on the Switch too. I'm sure it's gonna be great. I think we should just do Animal Crossing in space. I think that's the way to go with it. Let me know in the comments what you think they should do with Animal Crossing. I say space. I say we go to space. I really like that idea. But I think the 25th anniversary of Animal Crossing is definitely a possibility, especially now, as big as it is. I don't know what they would do. Obviously with all these, it's, show us a new game. Jeeb had an idea of maybe doing something like a Game & Watch, but it kind of being maybe a New Leaf kind of thing where it's like a 3DS style clamshell thing, but it's only got that game on it. I like the idea. It could be a smaller one. It doesn't have to be full size, but just something like that to kind of just commemorate one of the games some way. I don't know. They'd probably want to do the original. I guess that would be the GameCube version, but I don't know. Either way, something that would be cool. I don't know if they're going to go that far with it, but I am very interested to see if they do anything with Animal Crossing at all. All right, quick mention here. I don't think they're going to do anything because they seem to have forgot about this franchise. I'd love to see a new game in the series, but Star Fox in what year is it? 2028 is going to be Star Fox's 35th anniversary. I don't think we'll see anything. I think that one's just not gonna happen because for some reason, Nintendo just does not know what to do with that franchise for some reason. Star Fox Zero was not great. I love what Ubisoft did with Battle for Atlas. That was great. The Switch version did have Star Fox missions. You could play as Star Fox. The R-Wing was in there. That was awesome. I'd love to see them do something like that. Like an open world, open galaxy where you can go planet to planet and then kind of do some on-rails levels at the planets and then have some open world stuff. Something like that would be great. We did talk about a more Star Fox Adventures type thing, maybe taking over the old school 3D Zelda formula, that more linear stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do with Star Fox, but none of them have been done yet. I don't think we're gonna see anything for that. So there's one more I wanna talk about, and I think this is a very interesting one because this is a franchise that means a lot to a lot of people, and it means a lot to not just fans of the game, but really a lot of franchises, not just Nintendo ones, in gaming in general, in 2029, Super Smash Bros. Will be celebrating its 30th anniversary. Now, 2029 is a few years off. Yes, it's about 4 years away, but I do think that actually lines up pretty well with a new Smash Brothers game, because I have a feeling that Smash Bros. Ultimate is probably going to get the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe treatment for the Switch 2. I think they're gonna bring it over, maybe make it look better, run better, add in all the DLC, maybe tweak a few things here and there and re-release that. But I think 2029 is a very good time to not only celebrate the 30th anniversary of Smash Brothers, which, you know, it's a cultural phenomenon. Everyone loves Smash. Everyone's in Smash. Everybody from, you know, franchises all over gaming. And with the way that the gaming landscape is now, where you see Microsoft putting a lot of their stuff onto the Switch, onto Nintendo platforms, and now even Sony with the Horizons Lego game. I mean, by that time, we could see a lot more of that type of stuff happening. And I think we could see a lot more of people from those worlds, from Horizons, Microsoft properties like Master Chief, whatever. We could see a lot of that stuff really start coming into Smash and really have everyone here. Not only everyone back, like Ultimate was, but everyone. Really include everybody from Sony, Microsoft, really round out the game. I think that would be a really cool thing to do for the 30th anniversary. I think that's probably, you know, the way things are going, I don't think it's crazy to say that that could happen. But let me know down in the comments which one of these anniversaries you are looking forward to the most. I would say for me, it's gotta be Zelda. I'm interested in the Smash thing. Zelda's my favorite franchise. That's what I want to see. But guys, that's gonna do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.